Hello, welcome to our classes. I am Dr. KK Misra. This video tutorial is on descriptive questions and answers on marketing management. Here I will be discussing from question number 36 to question number 40. Now come to the question. Describe different branding strategies in detail. Like in previous video tutorial, this all has been discussed in detail. Line extension that introduces additional items in the same product category under the same brand, such as new flavors, etc. Brand extension also in previous question video tutorial has been discussed. So here you can go through it. Multi brands, brand extensions. Now these are the branding strategies. So multi brands, new brands, co brands. Now question number 37, describe different elements involved in marketing communication. Yes, marketing communication process. ये आपने और भी कहीं किसी सब्जेक्ट में पढ़े होंगे. So there are 9 elements involved in it and you must be able to draw this particular figure. The important ones: sender and receiver. Sender encodes the message, then message and media, that is sent through media, decoding takes place, and receiver gives the response and feedback. There is another 9th element, that is noise, that is in between. So this you should be able to draw this particular picture. अगर आप इसको इतना बना सकते हैं और अपने लैंग्वेज में भी एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं, तो इस पर आपको पूरे मार्क्स मिल सकते हैं. Elements in the communication process, like I discussed here: sender, the party sending the message to another party; encoding, the process of putting thought into symbolic form; message, the set of symbols that the sender transmits; media, the communication channels thought which the message moves from sender to receiver; receiver, the party receiving the message sent by another party; and response, the set of reactions that the receiver has after being exposed to the message. Feedback, the part of receiver's response that the receiver communicates back to the sender. Noise, unplanned static or distortion during the communication process, resulting the receivers receiving a different message than the sender sent. The model underscores the key factors in effective communication. Senders must know what audiences they want to reach and what responses they want. They must be skillful in encoding messages that take into account how the target audience usually decodes messages. The source must transmit the message thought efficient media that reach the target audience. Senders must develop feedback channels so that they can know the receiver's response to the message. Now, AIDA model. Yes, अलग से इस पर क्वेश्चन पूछे जा सकते हैं. AIDA, that is attention, interest, desire and action. Attention is the first phase that will spark the interest of a consumer. What sparks attention is usually by its unique design, pricing and marketing. Interest is the second phase that create a desire for the product or service. A consumer will want to know more about the product or service, its functions and features. Desire is the third phase that stimulates an action to buy. After comparing the pros and cons of the product or service and cross-referencing with multiple sources, desire may grow, which will lead to the purchase of the product or service. Action, that is the fourth phase and the last of the AIDA. The consumer will purchase the product or service after completing the 3 phases. Desire triggers action and consumer will buy it when products or service can fulfill his or her desire. By understanding the AIDA model, you will know that what makes consumers tick from the pricing structure to the designs and features. With such valuable data, you will be able to craft a product or service to the consumer's satisfaction. Now, another question, that is describe the factors involved in the consumer decision making process. So, there are 5 factors involved: information search, evaluation of alternatives, परचेज डिसीजन एंड पोस्ट परचेज बिहेवियर. ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है, इस पर जरूर सवाल पूछे जा सकते हैं. सो व्हाट इज प्रॉब्लम रिकॉग्निशन? द बाइंग प्रोसेस स्टार्ट्स व्हेन द बायर रिकॉग्नाइजेस अ प्रॉब्लम और नीड. This need can be triggered by internal stimuli such as feeling hunger or thirst, or external stimuli such as seeing an ad that then becomes a drive. By gathering information from a number of consumers, marketers can identify the most frequent stimuli that spark interest in a product category. They can then develop marketing strategies that trigger consumer interest and lead to the second stage in the buying process. Then consumer goes for information search. An aroused consumer who recognizes a problem will be inclined to search for more information. We can distinguish between two levels of arousal. At the milder search state of lightened attention, a person simply becomes more receptive to information about a product. Then evaluation of alternatives. Once the consumer has conducted an information search, how does he or she process competitive brand information and make final judgment? There are several evaluation processes. The most current models view the process as being cognitively oriented, meaning that consumers form judgments largely on a conscious and rational basis. 4. Purchase decision. In the evaluation stage, the consumer forms preferences among the brands in the choice set and may also form an intention to buy the most preferred brand. However, two factors can intervene between the purchase intention and the purchase decision. Stage 5 is post purchase behavior. After purchasing the product, the consumer moves into the final stage of the consumer buying process, in which he or she will experience some level of satisfaction or dissatisfaction. This is why the marketer's job does not end when the product is bought. In particular, marketers must monitor post purchase satisfaction, post purchase actions, and the post purchase product uses. BCG. What is BCG? Different factors to BCG. That is Boston Consultant Group Matrix is a chart that had been created by Bruce Henderson for the Boston Consultant Group in 1970 to help corporations with analyzing their business units or product lines. This helps the company allocate resources and is used as an analytical tool in brand marketing, product management, strategic management, and portfolio analysis. Bcg Matrix has four cells with the horizontal axis representing relative market share and the vertical axis denoting market growth rate. The midpoint of relative market share is set at 1 if all the SBUs are in the same industry. The average growth rate of the industry is used. While if all the SBUs means strategic business units, are located in different industries, then the midpoint is set at the growth rate. That's how the BCG matrix look like. Four quadrants are there: dogs, question mark, stars, and cash cow. Now, market growth rate we consider here. Cash cows are units with high market share in a slow growing industry. These units typically generate cash in excess of the amount of cash needed to maintain the business. They are regarded as state and boring in a mature market, and every corporation would be thrilled to own as many as possible. They are to be milked continuously with as little investment as possible, since such investment would be wasted in an industry with low growth. Dogs are more charitably called pets, are units with low market share in a mature, slow growing industry. These units typically break even, generating barely enough cash to maintain the business's market share. Though owning a break-even point, break-even unit provides the social benefit of providing jobs and possible synergies that assist other business units. From an accounting point of view, such a unit is worthless, not generating cash for the company. They depress a profitable company's return on assets ratio used by many investors to judge how well a company is being managed. Dogs, it is thought, should be sold off. Question marks, also known as problem child, are growing rapidly and thus consume large amounts of cash. But because they have low market shares, they do not generate much cash. The result is a large net cash consumption. A question mark has the potential to gain market share and become a star, and eventually a cash cow. When the market growth slows, if the question mark does not succeed in becoming the market leader, then after perhaps years of cash consumption, it will degenerate into a dog when the market growth declines. Question marks must be analyzed carefully in order to determine whether they are worth the investment required to grow market share. Stars are units with a high market share in a fast growing industry. The hope is that the stars become the next cash cows. Sustaining the business unit's market leadership may require extra cash, but this is worthwhile if that is what it takes for the unit to remain a leader. When growth slows, the stars become cash cows if they have been able to maintain their category leadership, or they move from brief stardom to dodgem. So this was all about this video tutorial. I hope that you have liked it. Important questions were included in this video tutorial. If you have liked it, please do not forget to subscribe my YouTube channel, our classes, and press the bell button and pass it on to others, those who are needy now and in the future. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. Best of luck.